What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? Go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. This is the backup channel, so I just want to remind y'all, make sure y'all subscribed. Let's go ahead and play the intro, and we'll be right back. Usually I don't play the intro because this is the backup channel, but I wanted to at least give people time to come in the room and enjoy this Saturday, you know? But what's up, everybody? Hello. Welcome to everybody's favorite podcast. Well, at least mine. Talk to Me. What's up, Miss Kitty? What's up, Angie? What's up, Tay? What's up, Winnie? What's up, Adrian? What's up, Diamond? What's up, Citizen Morgan? Hello, hello. I'm sitting here watching Judge Mathis. Not Judge Mathis. What's up, Netta? What's up, Tenneke? Tenneke, I still have you as a moderator. That's crazy. I always forget about that too. And then I'll be like, yeah, I'm going to remove it. And then I just don't. So thank you, Tenneke, for holding it down for the mod squad. I appreciate you. What's up, Empress? What's up, Beauty for Ashes? Hello, hello, hello. So I'm kind of going to go into no man's land. Talk about the whole Dani versus Teddy situation. I really don't talk about it, and the reason being is a few, and I put it in the description of the video. One, both them hoes don't like me. Two, it's really none of my business. And three, I'd rather wait for the end result before saying anything. And honestly, to tell you the truth, I don't have an opinion, but I know in the BlackTea sector, they talk about it a lot, right? And what I was thinking about, what was funny is that there's always like these quote unquote lawsuits and stuff like that. And it's hot for a minute and then it kind of fizzles out. And I feel like this is what's going to happen with this lawsuit as well. And here's my honest opinion. And Teddy already don't like me, so I don't mind her feelings or whatnot. You know, she has every right to response. But Teddy, don't let these people use you. What I'm seeing and what I have been seeing, and you guys can disagree, I don't mind. But what I have been seeing is that it seems like everybody's waiting for the results of Teddy's lawsuit so then they can file their own. And granted, okay, I get it, but like Teddy is the one spending her money and resources. And it seems like everybody else wants to piggyback off of Teddy and not do the actual work. And I have a feeling if Teddy doesn't get the result of unmasking who Dani is, they are going to throw her in the trash and be like, oh, see, this bitch couldn't even do this. She couldn't do that. She ain't this. She ain't that. We know how fickle these people are. They will turn on you at a drop of a dime. Now, am I trying to tell Teddy that she shouldn't pursue or no, 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 no. If Teddy feels like this is what she needs to do, this is what she needs to do. But don't let those people try to overtake your shit or turn it into their own, you know, you handle your business. And I think because Teddy is not a big personality, they're able to override her and make her lawsuit theirs when it's not theirs, it's hers. Like, that's why her name is, from what I know, it just says Teddy name on it. It don't say this is a class action lawsuit. That's what these ninjas are treating it like, a class action lawsuit. But did y'all put any motherfucking money into it? No. So, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just telling the truth. What's up, Southern Belle? What's up, Green Eyes? What's up, Diamond Goddess? Like Tenneke, I'm telling you, like I'm all like, did y'all put any money into it? Like, because honestly, I feel like they talk about it more than Teddy does. You know, I haven't yet really heard like Teddy will talk about it, but she doesn't go into details and read the same transcript. Like there's some channels like they'll read the same transcript that we've already fucking seen 100 times. Like we don't need to see it all over again. Like come on now, like think of something else, you know. And you know, I honestly forgot what like I'm so and I'll be completely honest, I'm so disinterested in it that I forgot what the suit is even about. Now, when you forget what the lawsuit is about, like it has that same Diddy effect. Remember, it was a time when we're all like, well, what's the lawsuit even about? About him being a freak? Like we didn't really get into the details of the trafficking, the weapons, and you know all this other stuff that Diddy was doing. Everybody was just talking about the sex stuff, which makes it like, okay, I guess you know we don't even care. Teddy will put you to sleep, Lord. And you know, and that kind of goes to what I was saying, Tay, with the she's not really a big personality. So, you know, it's easy for people. Like, I don't want to say they're trying to take over her lawsuit, but essentially, yeah, they are. They are. They are waiting for her to do all the manpower, and then they can come in and be like, "Oh yeah, see, we knew, we had all this," and no, you didn't. No, you did not. If anything, they should be kissing her feet. You know, as far as like the falling out between her and Dani, I really don't understand it. I don't get it because as far as I knew, is that you know back in 2021, you know I can tell you a little bit of the history, y'all. You know, with my old ass, you know, I can tell you how it was back in 2021. I always feel 100 years old, always telling y'all about 2020 and 2021, but some of y'all be forgetting shit. So that's why I got to remind you, motherfucker, you know, Teddy likes the mess. And now they pretending that she's this old docile. Well, Angie, that kind of goes to what I was saying. Like she was cool. Like Teddy was cool with all of them. Like I think it was something like the falling out was like something like Dani felt like she was trying to take over what she was doing or copy her or something like that. It was something like it's some petty female shit. You know how you feel. You know how you females get, but you know, I'm sorry, that's what it was. It was some petty female shit, and so then that's when the doxing and the stock, and like I don't know how. And this is the other thing too. With Teddy being an older woman, like why do you want to dox Teddy? You know, like it's something like you could have just called her an old raggedy hoe and then just left it at that. Like it didn't have to go to the extreme. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand or correlate how it even goes to that, you know? Like, that's like me fighting Miss Barber. Now, me and Miss Barber, we get into it, right? But it's all love at the end of the day. Like, just me, just because, you know, I don't have any more grandparents. And so I just feel like when you're somebody who misses their grandparents, you just kind of think like, man, would I want somebody treating my grandparents like that? You know what I mean? It's all like, okay, you just got to kind of let it go, you know? And don't get me wrong. Sometimes the old heads got to get cussed out because they be acting ruthless, you know? But all you got to do is cuss them out. I think, you know, on both sides of the spectrum, it just went way too far. It's like, you don't really got it. Like, you know, you ain't got to do all that. You know? I'm gonna fight you. Why are you gonna fight me? Why? Teddy was doing her voice analysis. Yo, so I heard about the voice analysis, but y'all gotta stop posting that fitness lady. Whoever Dani is, I don't think it's that fitness lady. Like, you know, the one with the braids, and y'all said like she used to be with Sammy and stuff like that. I don't think it was the fitness lady at all, but y'all, that fitness lady should sue all you motherfuckers. Y'all are convinced that Dani is the soul cycle lady. I'm all like, please just leave that lady alone. I'm talking about the soul cycle lady. Leave the soul cycle lady alone. That lady just want to get everybody in shape. Y'all keep thinking. Yo, I crack up every time. Like, there's a certain content creator that will use that image in their thumbnails, and I'm all like, I don't think that's the lady. I honestly don't. You know, I will tell you this, because we got to give it up for the soul cycle lady. She bad, right? You look at the soul cycle lady, and you're like, oh, wow. Somebody like the soul cycle lady wouldn't be hiding who they are. Let's be honest. A lot of the people who hide their images are all ugly. Some people are comfortable in their ugliness. This is why I show my face, right? But some people aren't comfortable in their ugliness. So, you know, the soul cycle lady would not have anything to hide. Let me just say that. I am not. Oh, look, I mean, you have costumes on. So it's a little different, you know? Yeah, exactly. True thing. Like, I'm all like the soul cycle, like, I'm like, that's not but if y'all, hey, listen, I don't know. So if y'all think it's a soul cycle lady, you listen, if it comes out that it's a soul cycle lady, I will eat my words and be like, you know what? Y'all was right, it was a soul cycle lady. But, you know, I don't think the soul cycle lady. I want to interview the soul cycle lady, because, like, I just want to ask her, like, soul cycle lady, do you know that all this is like, soul cycle lady, do you know that all of this is going on? Like, the shit is crazy, y'all. I'm like, is this real? Yeah. But, you know, all in all, Teddy, don't let them people take your lawsuit and then use it for their own. You say, hey, anything y'all want to talk about or use, you make sure that I'm included. I'm up on panel with you. I'm talking with you. Yeah, but don't let them people just use and abuse you, because once you don't get the result that they want, they're going to throw your ass out and leave you high and dry. You know, the soul cycle lady has no clue. I just soul cycle lady. Like, do you know what's I'm telling you. Oh, thank you, Grandma Joy. I appreciate that. And Lord, when they have a camera slip, yes, it's always the camera slip that gets them. It is always a camera slip. And like, I just think, like, you know, even when I don't have on my camera, like, I'm appropriate enough to be on camera. It's just like, okay, well, I'm laying down, or, you know, or I'm sitting down somewhere and I might not want to turn on my camera, but I'm always like ready for a slip up, you know, even when I am an avatar, you know, I'm not like, I remember it was in the B sector, but someone was like naked. Like, they turned on the camera. They had a camera slip and they were like naked. And it's like, first of all, why are you talking to an audience of people naked? Like, put on your clothes, because I'm just assuming, like, this is weird. Like, why are you naked? And, you know, oh, the infamous Monica camera slip. Yeah. Let me show you my ribs. Like, and the funny part is, I think at the time, you couldn't even do a front-facing camera on StreamYard. So that whole thing was just weird anyway. Like, yeah, that was weird. Oh, that kind of transitioned into the next subject. So in the BlackTea sector, they have been talking about this whole racism thing with this Stormy lady, right? Stormy, she comes from the boxing sector, and she's now that the BlackTea sector has crossed with that boxing sector, it's all mixed and jumbled in or whatever, right? So this is what I know about the boxing sector. They love to use the N-word over there. There's a whole bunch of racist. Black people over there, they don't mind the racism. They don't give a fuck. So essentially what I'm saying is, why do y'all care? Just leave them people alone and leave them out. Do what you want to, because y'all don't listen to me anyway, but just leave them out. They're having this whole conversation over Stormy, her tweets, and just things that she says. I just feel like, and mind you, the tweets and stuff, like some of them are old, but some of them were like within the last year. Yo, she trying to play it off like, oh, I didn't know anything, blah, blah, blah. Nigga, that was just last year. You said yo, like, don't ever think white people are stupid or they don't understand or don't get it. They get it. It reminds me of the Yates guy. See, sexy. I'm getting to it. I'm about to make it full circle. This is why they don't like me, because I know the history. So anyway, what's up, Smooth? So the lady who didn't know about racism, even though she just did it last year, you know, she's trying to go on different panels and excuse herself and, you know, make up all these excuses. Like I'll give you an example. Because this was the first one that I've seen. And she does not come from the boxing center. Stormy has been the BlackTea sector for years. She just recently... Oh, okay. Okay, I stand correct. You know what? I do remember seeing Stormy around. Okay, she just recently went over there. Okay, I thought that's where she came from originally. Okay. Well, damn, Empress, that makes it worse. Okay, let me get my stuff in order first. Okay. So the one tweet that I see, it was something like you know how like you can adopt a highway, you can rename it and stuff like that. Well, she shared this tweet about the KKK wanted to adopt this highway, and you know, and she said that she had no problem with it, right? Now, she said the reason why she didn't have a problem with it, or it was something to the fact of like, let them do whatever they want to do, was because, oh, they were going to clean up the highway. Okay, just because they were going to clean up the highway doesn't mean that you want the KKK to adopt and rename that highway. Like, huh? What? And then there was something that I seen about a sun. She was like, I don't know what a sundown town is. She was like, I've never heard of sundown town. Now, lady, you probably live in a fucking sundown. Get your ass. Listen, this bitch sounds like she come from a sundown town. Talking about she don't know what a sundown town. Keep falling. Are you serious right now? She sounds like she come from a motherfucking sundown town talking about, I don't know what a sundown town is. Oh my, oh Lord, oh Jesus. No, it's not Stormy. No, it's not Stormy Daniels. It's this white lady who's been around the... So, okay, so I say this to say this, and this kind of goes with what Emperor says. Because you've been around, and you've been around these black people, you would think that you would just try to educate yourself, or you would just try to do better. Like secretly knowing that you're tweeting all this shit, but yet you're in black spaces is very problematic. It's very problematic. And I know I was on that Haitian lady who wants to be a white supremacist. I know I was over on her channel, and then I left the chat because it was just too much white supremacy going on. She made an argument that it's xenophobia because, you know, she was talking about people go back to their country, and I'm all like, no, xenophobia, racism, like it still goes hand in hand, because yet these are people, when you say, oh, I don't want you crossing our border and stuff like that, it's implied that they're Latino, right? Like it's a lot of implied. And so yeah, the racism might not be overt, which majority of your life, you're not going to deal with overt racism. It's always going to be, what's the other word for overt? Not overt, covert. Is it covert? The racism is subtle. That's what I'm trying to say, basically. You might not deal with just overt. It might be subtle, you know? Please, she know what a sun, right. Living in a sundown town right now. She don't know what the hell a sundown. I have been to one and had no idea until someone stopped me on the street and told me the street light were about to come on and I was grown. What do you mean? You know, like, I'll give you an example. There's certain areas in the Bay Area where I live that I found out were sundown towns, but it actually makes sense why the Black population in those cities are not large. And I'm all like, yeah. And then you have redlining, you know, a whole bunch of stuff, so forth, right? But, you know, it's possible not to know, but I bet you in the area that she lives in, like how, you know, and maybe she does live in a diverse area. You know, let me kind of backtrack a little bit. I don't know if she live in a sundown town. I'm just saying the assumption of how she acts and the way she speaks. I'm guessing that she probably lives in a very secluded country area, you know. But I just think like, and maybe it kind of speaks to the people in the Black tea sector as well too. Maybe all that I don't know how to put it nicely, but I'll just say it, and because yes, I am a part of it and I played into it. All that niggatry you see, it's all like, I don't see anything, you know, educational over there. I don't see anything like, I don't see Black excellence. And so I just see niggas on panels fighting. That's what I see. And that's what I'm here for. I'm not here for education or anything like that. So I think the way that we carry ourselves, now I'm not excusing her, but the way that we carry ourselves does speak volume. You know, it speaks volume. Because basically, how we're representing ourselves online is how they see us. Just some niggas fighting on camera or fighting online or avatars fighting. They don't see any Black excellence, you know? I agree. Joy agrees with you too. 82 Stormy was made for SPD, and all she used to do was go back and forth between CC's line and causing chaos. Then that's even worse. See? And like I said, sometimes because we didn't know Stormy was white or Black in the beginning. Now I remember Stormy. We didn't know she was white or Black in the beginning, right? It's only recently she started clicking panels and stuff like that, and now she has a YouTube channel, and now we know she's Caucasian. But before, we never knew that she was Caucasian. Like, she was a mystery. And so you have and this is where we get into, you have these people where you don't know if they're Black or not, but literally they can go around just saying they are, or, you know, in Black people business. And yeah, it just makes you think. It makes you think, like, who am I talking to? When I talk to somebody, who am I talking to? I think in sundown towns, they keep the Black folks at bay. And so they see that as the norm and saying, yes, sir. And to white folk, yeah, it's either a sundown town or yeah, she lives in some kind of town, you know. I'll tell you that. Was she blackfishing? You know, Empress, would you say, I wouldn't say she was blackfishing, but you know, it's, I have a problem. Okay, this is my problem. It's one thing to be a spectator and just seeing what the drama is or whatever, but it's one thing to participate in the drama. And like, I feel that you know, it's always that feeling that certain white people like watching the chaos and they like watching the drama and seeing black people fight and that coonish, you know, like I don't like that. I have a problem with that. I don't think necessarily she said she was black, but if you're in black, just like right now, we're assuming that everybody on here, unless we know who they are, is black. And so we're having an open conversation, right? But you know, if you in here and you're like, oh yeah, and you know, and you're just talking, and we're like, okay, well, who are you? You know, like it's different, you know. Calling Lady Letitia plantation wife, that wasn't Stormy. That was honestly, I don't even know who the lady was that I was yelling at and shit. I honestly don't know. It was somebody who was Joe. Okay, that's who it was. Yeah, Joe. That's who I was yelling, screaming, and going back and forth with. But yeah, and that's the other thing too. That whole situation kind of like really was the catalyst of like, okay, yeah, you motherfuckers have lost your mind, and you know, you are not my people. Was the plantation wife thing. And it wasn't the lady calling Lady Letitia a plantation wife. It was just that the reaction, like people who, you know, oh, now Lady Letitia, your ass was here the whole time, and you gonna pretend like you wasn't here. But it was, well, of course, the whole plantation wife thing kind of threw me off. Like I was like, plantation wife, because I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? But in reference to calling a black woman a plantation wife and just having those people literally get mad at me and turn it into, oh, I'm talking about race and all this. And she's literally calling a black woman a plantation wife. I'm like, who are you, vacay Smalls? Let me block your dumbass. Yeah, no nigga tree today. Well, you said you was white, so no crackery today. But anyway, just seeing how like they literally turn that around on me and said that I'm the one who put race in it when I never put race in it. I never talked about her husband. Listen, that might be a sensitive subject for Lady Letitia. You know, you never know. And so bringing it up has nothing to do with who Lady Letitia is. I've never heard Lady Letitia say that I hate black people, and I've never heard that from her mouth. You know, until I hear that, I might feel a little differently. I'll be like, oh, well, maybe she is a plantation, but I'm just kidding. But no, and then having like that white woman, and then when I said, oh, well, are you black or are you white? Like, what are you? She didn't want to say what she was, and then it was just all like, okay. And then they turned it around on me to where I was the bad guy for calling it out. And they're all like, oh, plantation isn't racist. She went on panels that's what I heard. She went on panels repeating it. And I was like, plantation wife? Like, what does that, huh? I'm like, no, that was not right. That was not right at all. But again, and then having people who were also black try to explain that I was crazy or I was, you know, in the wrong. I was like, wait a minute, we don't all have to like each other, but to try to spin it and make it seem like I was crazy or some shit like that, I didn't appreciate that, you know? And I was just all like, yeah, I'm a get the hell up out of here. Like, it, yeah. And then, and that's the other thing too. I will say a name on this. It was on V Goddess's channel. V Goddess is a whole troll and got some issues. V Goddess is, yeah, I don't know what's up with that character, but yeah, I'll pray for you. But yeah, now that I know how V Goddess is, I would have never try to even entertain that conversation, because that's not a platform that you have real conversation on. That platform is for fuckery and foolery, and that's where it should have been left, because I heard somebody say, oh, it was on Maggie. No, yeah, no, it wasn't on Maggie's channel that happened. Maggie did come up on that panel, but it didn't happen on her channel. No. Timmy Tuckett going damn. Crazy word plantation wife statement. Yeah. And Tay, and here's the thing. It's like people like that, you shouldn't give a platform to. Like, I don't know if the Joe lady is still around, but just like Joe, just like Stormy, like, don't give a platform to those kind of people at all. Why are you giving them a platform and a place to speak? Like, let them go on their own shit, or go to where they can spew that shit over there. Let them go to those sectors and shit like that. But again, the people in the BlackTea sector, they don't really care, I think somebody trolling in here. Let me just block them. She deletes her live straight away. Yeah, I was all like, yeah. I think that whole character has like a whole bunch of other issues. So yeah, but like I said, if I knew that that's how they got down, I would never had clicked on their link. I would have never have went over there. But essentially, I'm glad I am, because somebody had to speak up and somebody had to say something. Listen, I don't mind being the quote unquote bad, even though I don't feel like I was a bad guy. I don't mind being the quote unquote bad guy. I don't at all. If you want to call me the bad guy, I'm cool with that. But at least I stood for something. Oh, no problem, Lady Letitia. And here's the thing too. I love me some Lady Letitia, but I would have did that for anybody. Like, if somebody was all like, yeah, this plantation, whatever, I'm like, hold on. Oh, no, we don't do that. You know what I mean? Like, let's calm down on the whole plantation thing. That would have got immediately checked. And then V Goddess was all like, oh, I didn't hear. Oh, I don't know. Oh, I don't know. Now she repeated it like 5 times. You heard what she said. These people be playing in your face. That character, yeah, because she's a character. That's why I call her that character. I'm telling you. Lady Letitia, what's going on with the Timmy Tuckett thing, Lady Letitia? Hold on, let me drop the link and see if Lady Letitia want to come up. We got a couple of minutes. Who's Timmy? It's Timmy Tuckett. Oh, I think I know who it is, but I'll wait. I'll see if he'll come up. Wait, you don't know who Timmy? You said Timmy Tuckett. What's up, Demetria? How you doing? There have been creators trying to show and tell y'all. I don't know what that means. Hey, Lady Letitia, how you doing?
Hi, AT2. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, you sound great.
Okay, good. What was we talking about? Timmy Tuckett?
You said Timmy Tuckett is going down. Is that Kimmy?
Yes. She thinks she's got this big lawsuit and it's frivolous. So we'll see. She's the bully, and I'll never forget when she called my little daughter a slut. Remember that moment in time? But she struck King Payne's panel yesterday while he was live.
Oh
Yeah,
shit!
and it
Really?
went down in the middle of it. Yes. What a bum.
Oh wow!
She
Wow.
got
What's
her feelings hurt. You know, she gets her feelings hurt so quickly.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, she
It's
does.
funny too. Um, I probably should say this behind the membership, but I'll just say this right here. I was really displeased when I heard her talking about me with another character that she had on her panel. And then like
Okay.
all of a sudden she caught herself and was all like, oh well, AT2 has never spoke any ill towards me, so let me stop. And it's all like, why would you start in the first place
Right.
when I've been nothing but respectful to you? And even when you had your situation, no, I didn't reach out to you, but I said that, hey, this doesn't
It was
need to be
bad.
online. Like, take it down. You know, she needs to go get help, go to the police. And like,
Right.
it was came from a caring place. And I said this
It
publicly.
did.
And like, for her to like speak on me, I'm all like, wait, hold on. We didn't have no issues.
Just
You
rude.
know, and don't talk about ugly when you using AI images.
Oh, no, she didn't. And the way she looked like a frog's toad. She is. She
Like,
looked.
shit,
Don't get
like,
me started on her,
like,
and I won't do it on your platform.
Ugly.
Ain't nothing cute about that. She should never cam up ever.
I was all like, whoa, like how am I getting stray bullets and everything when I'm not even
Yeah,
the one? I didn't even do anything. Like,
you didn't
what?
even do nothing.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
so, you know, it made me think of one thing because we always say, oh, Jag is this, Jag is that. But let's not forget, a lot of these people who were rocking with her rocked with her
right.
for years. They are
Years.
just as grimy as her. So now that I have
Exactly.
that, I'm all like, okay, I know.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense. That makes perfect sense, AT2, that, them two hooked up for so long, and the nerve of her to talk ill will about Jag when she's got skeletons all through her closet. But anyway, I can't stand the bitch. And I'm really pissed off now that she said anything about my AT2. So
Yeah, it was just like, okay, now I understand. Like, okay, this is why you have the issues that you do.
yeah,
Because you're
major issues. And she's losing subscribers too. She is losing her her base, as we would call it. And she should, because she goes around talking about not just my child, but other people's kids as well, and think it's okay. And I think it's below the belt, especially for YouTube.
Yeah, I just say, leave the kids out of it. I don't understand why
Yeah.
people go with the whole kid thing, and especially your little girl, because she hasn't done anything. Like,
Right. She's innocent. So when are we going back to the casino?
well, hopefully soon. I wouldn't. I don't know if you ever been there, but I went to WinStar when I was in Dallas. It's in Oklahoma. They still sending me stuff too. I'm looking at the mail right now.
Oh, they do. They ain't sent me nothing, and I've been.
Really?
Right.
You probably didn't get a player's card.
Yes. And then you put it in the machine?
Oh, you did get a card and they still didn't send you nothing?
Yeah, no, I don't get anything in the mail like come to the hotel 50% off or nothing like that. Nope.
Yeah,
well, maybe I didn't spend as much money as you.
That's probably
maybe I was too cheap.
Yeah, you just put $20 in and left. So yeah, that's
and said I'm done.
right.
Well, I'm not going to keep you ATT. I know you got a show. So love you, and we'll talk to you soon.
Love you too. Thank you for coming up.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye. That was Lady Letitia. I love Lady Letitia. She's so dope. Wait, is that the real Shakim? I ain't seen Shakim since 1985. Where's Shakim been at? Yo! I hope you're doing good, Shakim. No, seriously, I hope you're doing good. I haven't seen you around and stuff like that. I haven't really been watching the Beast Sector like that, just because like the storylines got kind of dry. They did do a meetup recently though. Shout out to the Beast Sector. I think it was Nest. See, I don't really watch Nest though either. They did like a meetup and everything like that. Yeah. Shakim, I want to interview you on the podcast. Do you still have Instagram or did you block me? I don't know if we ever got into it before, but I think you probably blocked me or some shit. Did you block me with your punk ass? I don't know. What's up? Oh. Hold on, let me see. There was somebody else who Couture, I said I was gonna call you, but are they gonna charge international? Are you Couture? Okay, I need to call Couture because it's probably already like midnight where she is. I need to do that. And then laugh out loud, I don't remember, but we can do an interview. Okay, hit me up. My thing is still AT2_ for real. So hit me up on IG. And also everybody, I gotta keep telling y'all to follow me and stuff like that. AT2_ for real. Okay, yeah, but that's where you can find me, y'all. AT2_ for real. So yeah. Yeah, all the all-stars coming out, right? See, AT2, I can pull the people out. I can pull the people out the bushes. I can pull the people out from the past. You know, I can do it all. What's up, Lisa? How you doing? We was just talking about your people not too long. Listen, I like Lisa. Nobody can ever make me hate Lisa. Lisa has been nothing but nice, respectful to me. Like, and that's the thing too. Like, I might not like your people or your friends, but I always will like the person for who they are. Like, you know. Yeah, and I know she's pro-black too, because she's pro-black. I know that, you know, she wouldn't be down for being called a plantation wife either. But anyway, you guys, I hope you enjoyed the show. Please hit that like button. Please subscribe to the channel. Oh, grown woman, you coming at the end? Oh man. Okay, you gotta go and catch the replay. Shout out to grown woman, everybody. Can I come up for a sec? Yeah. Okay, well, shit. I guess show is still continuing. All right. Where's the share? Hold on. Let me see. Oh no, you ain't got to rewind. I guess we're gonna continue the show. Hold on. Okay, so Lisa's gonna come up. In the meantime, let me share the Instagram group. Oh shoot, is it not gonna let me share it? Come on now. I don't know why I can't change the Instagram group. Or not change it, I mean share it. And here's the Instagram link, you guys. What's up, Steph? Lisa, were you coming up? I have to switch to my computer because my phone is on 1%. Oh, Lord. Yeah. I feel like, so I do want to let you guys know that I am doing a meetup in Vegas. And it's going to be the 10th through the 12th. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday in April. I'm going to create like a community post. Actually, no. What I'm going to do is create a group on Instagram, and whoever is interested, it doesn't mean like you're coming, but whoever is interested, I'll put like a private group for us. And then that way we can all talk and all that stuff. You know, I'll do that. That would make it a lot easier. But definitely, I'm a little scared too. And the reason being is because like, what if nobody shows up? Yo, if nobody shows up, I'm still gonna say, oh, it was about 100 people there. I'm gonna make up a whole big lie. Shit, screw y'all. I'm about to lie my ass off. Don't even worry. But yeah, we trying to get Couture Bay there. She'll be back in the States. We trying to. I gotta reach out to Nadi. So I'll reach out to her later. After I reach out to Couture Bay. They coming, don't worry. Thank you. Tenneke, we want you there in full mask and everything. You might pass out from the heat. Well, April, you'll be okay. Hey Lisa, what's up? Hello, Lisa.
Hey, T2.
Hey, how you doing?
How you doing?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. I'm doing real good. The kids is running me raggedy. I had like a little nap and stuff, and I seen that you were on, and I always like my AT2. I don't care what nobody say.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And you know, something that I want to say. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was saying I got to catch a replay because I missed a lot of what you were saying.
Yeah, I was just kind of going through my thoughts on the whole lawsuit thing. And basically what I said with that is I'm going to let them hoes fight, and whatever decision they come out with, you know, I'll talk about it then, but I honestly don't care. And then I was given like a little bit of the history and stuff like that. So you'll see that part. And then with the whole BlackTea sector don't care about racism. They don't. And I also partially blame us because when we get on the platform and we're acting a fool, they're here for that effery and foolery. They're not here to see like Black excellence. And maybe we played a part into it. But I don't know if you feel like, you know, I don't know what your stance on the whole Stormy thing or whatever.
I must admit, even the people who appear to be against racism in the BlackTea sector, it's nothing like the pro-Black. It seems like they tolerate a lot more than any other sector I've been in. It seems like they give like people that are anti-Black a lot of chances. Even people I like, I noticed that they give people that's really racist a lot of chances, which
right, like what conversation do we need to have, you know?
No, I agree. I agree because the sector where I'm from, me associating with certain people.
Oh no, the sound went out. Lisa, come back.
Oh dang.
Oh, there you are. Okay, I can hear you now.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you said the sector that you came from.
Okay, I'm sorry. The sector that I came from, just even a lot of people that I like, I will be looked at as a sellout for associating with them. So I agree.
Yeah, it's kind of like I get the content aspect of it, but it's all like, okay, this person was just tweeting this shit last year. Like, yeah, there were some old tweets, but this was just last year. So I mean, like, did they change? Did they grow? And like the whole, oh, I don't know. I mean, we spent 2020 trying to educate people on what was going on. Like, was you sleeping during 2020? Like,
very true.
Like, I'm just kind of like, oh, okay, like, listen, You like it, I love it. Whatever they choose to do is what they choose to do. I can't tell people how to run their platform. But to me, like you were kind of saying, is that it just seemed like, all right, I don't understand like all these different chances and stuff like that. It's like, okay, you either get with the program or get them out of here.
I agree.
And then
I've seen people say like you are race baited, and to me, you're really nice. Cause I mean, from the sector I'm from, it was even people, certain people like what you like. You very like open minded. It's I don't even understand it, to be honest. When people say you race baiting and stuff, I'm like, what do they see that I'm not seeing? But I mean, yeah.
Right. No, I know what they say. Oh, he's always bringing up race and all this stuff. Listen, if that's like seen as a character flaw, I don't mind that flaw. I don't mind it at all. If they want to, typecast me as the race guy, I'm cool with that. But at the end of the day, I can sleep with myself. At the end of the day, my family can look at me and was like, hey, he stood on business about something. So I don't mind that.
Yeah, I don't feel like calling out stuff is racist. The race bait, I really don't understand. I would like people to explain that one day, because just calling out something that you see that's just off, somebody doing something they don't need to be doing or something, to me, that's not race bait. So
right.
I don't know. I don't know if it's people that's just scared to talk about race and they don't want to offend anybody,
Right. Two things. I think one, they are afraid to talk about it because they don't want to stop their money and their income from coming in. And then two, I think because in the scenario that I can say where they called me out for being a race baiter was the plantation wife, because they don't like Lady Letitia, they couldn't see that there was an issue with calling her a plantation wife. But I've always been on the know of like, okay, if they call somebody a derogatory name, what do you think they call you behind your back?
That's very true. And then I noticed something too. And like, I love like a lot of Magic subs. I have fun with them. Like, some of them is my people, but I even noticed when V Goddess, is it okay I say another content creator name?
Yeah, you can go. I already said V Goddess name, so yeah, you can go ahead.
Okay. I noticed when V Goddess was saying like her experiences with other groups of people like Indians, and I mean, hell, I've came across racist Indians. It was like she got a lot of backlash for talking about it, because she's been talking about it lately. And I'm like, it's certain immigrant cultures that, hell, we have experienced a lot of racism from. But I noticed even people I really liked upset that V Goddess called out how Indians are racist. It's like, just like that, people get pissed off.
Yep. And I didn't even know about this, but yeah, that's true. Anytime that we talk about something regarding race, it's almost like that, oh, here they go using the race card. Like, it's like this disgust. But literally, if you're coming to a Black person's platform, like, how dare you get mad at what they're talking about, or if they mention something from their own experience? Like, I bet you she wasn't even saying like all Indians are racist. She was talking about situations that have happened to her. And, it kind of goes into the whole immigrant thing where like some of them feel like they're better than the Black people. Even the Black immigrants, like from, the Caribbean, Africa and stuff like that, feel like they're better. That's a conversation that is very real for us.
Yes, even though V Goddess has a immigrant background. She's American. But I notice like people get mad at her when she talks about that, or even just her. They try to make her feel bad for like understanding. I notice not all people, but I notice some people for like understanding the Black American culture and for talking about immigrant. It's like Indians is a lot of immigrants see themselves as immigrant first, then Black. I noticed that too, being in a lot of these different sectors. And it's like, I notice people like V Goddess, and it's another person too, another sector that I watch a lot. And it's like they try to make them feel bad for talking about different immigrant groups that they had a problem with, because it's another sector I'm in. It's a Black lady that was talking about her experiences with Korean and Mexican people, and it was like, oh, the chat just got mad. It's like being Black, you're not allowed to talk about this because it rubs people the wrong way. We gotta act like everybody is cool with everybody. We never experienced anything. It's just such a weird. Yeah.
Yeah. And I regret, I don't even know how I brought the conversation to, but I regret ever bringing up reparations over there in that crowd. I don't know how I did it, but since then, like, it was like some lady who said, oh yeah, well, you never said that you need to go back to your own country to get reparations. And that's not the context of what I was saying at all. But it was some Caucasian person that put it out there like that. I was like, what are you talking? Like, why are y'all even having this discussion right now? Like, this is not for you. This is for, us. And I hate to be that way, but like, I don't know what and why in the context I brought it up, but it was just kind of like, all right, this is not the right platform to have that kind of conversation.
That's very true. I don't know. See, I wasn't there to see that. See the contest, but I did see that people were very upset with you. When it came to reparations, even people I really liked, they felt some type of way about the reparations comment.
Yeah.
And I must admit, like, I didn't get involved in that because I do feel like when it comes to Black Americans, reparations should go to us, considering our people were the one who fought for us to
Thank you, Stephanie. Black people are never responsible for racism. Only those who benefit and are situated as power by default are responsible. Supremacy will, and thank you for not putting in the W part first. Supremacy will find a wicked, irrational justification. Yes. And it's almost like, oh, we don't want you guys to bring up racism because it hurts our feelings or it bothers us. Like that's the way that it almost comes off across. But it's all like, okay, well, if you don't talk about it and you don't acknowledge it, then, how do you overcome or how do you improve society? You can't hide it. And that's a lot what's going on right now. It's like they're trying to suppress it or hide it. And we should be ashamed of our history. So let's not mention it. No, let's talk about it so we don't repeat it, because it seems like we're repeating it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And as far the two, what I was saying about the reparations, it does make sense that we would get it first, considering our ancestors paved the way for people to come here. I mean, it just makes sense. I remember Filipino friend of mine from the Philippines. She used to have her mom is from the Philippines, her daddy is Black American, and she was really upset that a lot of Asian countries she came across made sure they people got things first and then everybody came last. And I don't sound bad, AT2, but I'm saying that makes sense, because if you distribute everything to everybody else, what do your people get? So right. The whole reparation, stop playing. So the whole reparation comment, it makes sense that the people that paved the way for us, which is our people, we would get it first, then everybody else will come last.
Right. And just to clarify, I never said that, people of the diaspora don't deserve reparations. I was specifically talking about America. I was all like, what we went through in this country, like we need to get reparations. And what I was saying was, whoever colonized you, for example, Haiti, and I'm not throwing shade at Maggie or nothing, but Haiti would get it from the French. Just like they had to pay the French reparations of their own for their own freedom, they should get that money back. And there's a lot of factors why Haiti is the way it is. There's a lot of countries, even the US, are involved. But I was saying, like, a nation like that, like Ghana needs to get it from the UK, Jamaica, the UK, like, you need to get it from your country of origin, Spain. That's what I was saying. Not that you don't deserve reparations, but specifically in America, we are talking about Black Americans, the descendants of slavery in America.
I feel the same exact way when it comes to that conversation.
Right. And somehow it turned into you need to go back to your own country. I'm like, all right, whatever. This ain't the place for me to have that conversation.
I must admit, when people said that, I was like, I never heard AT2 said that. I felt like maybe, I was like, okay, well, maybe they had an argument or something that I didn't witness or something, because I never seen you say go back to your own country.
Right. They just don't like me, so they'll turn anything that I'm saying and twist it to something that I didn't say. So, I mean, I'm cool with it. It is what it is. But I'm happy that you didn't take that and was like, oh, yeah, I can't believe AT2 said that. I'm glad that you know me well enough to be all like, I don't think AT2 would say that.
No, I think people were really mad. And, I get a chance to see even people that I like from different countries, even people that I'm around that's like, I got friends that's Jamaican American, they talk like me, Nigerian American and stuff, and it's just a different outlook that they have on a lot of things and stuff. And I see too it online with people I like, where if you talk about reparations, I feel like people not used to Black Americans really like looking out for ourselves. They're used to us like including other immigrant groups in. This is the first time people actually seen some of us like, no, fuck that, y'all been burning us. And this is the first time we like, some of us is like, no, we just looking out for ourselves. And it's new to people. Like, we the one group that has always kind of like accepted everybody. Oh, you got a color on you, you got a tan, okay, you Black. And this is the first time people, so it's like upsetting people and upset. Like, now this is the one group we knew we could always come in. And you mean to tell us like it's some of them only care about themselves now? Like, that's new. Because no other group was like that. We were the only group that was really accepting to everybody, to be honest. So I think it's just shocking people and it's pissing people off because, they never seen us only look out for each other. This is like the first time.
Right. And, the fact that, like, we're still actually accepting, like, we're talking about specific things that we want for us, but we're still accepting everybody else. Like, there's no exclusion at all.
Very true. But just the conversation of us looking out for ourselves, it burns people up. Just the conversation alone. It's like, what? We not included? Like, what the fuck? Like, when y'all start doing, when y'all start doing that.
Right. Well, Lisa, I'm definitely going to have you do a show with me. Are you on Instagram?
I am not. I probably should reopen it up. I had a couple of YouTube pages that's still active, but it's nothing on it. I don't know if I should reopen it.
So there's no way to like communicate with you off YouTube? Hello, Lisa. Okay, I'm gonna take her down. I'm gonna bring up Stephanie. What's up, cuz? How you doing? Stephanie?
What's up, cuz? Hey, listen. The reason I said, hey, cuz, if you didn't hear me say that, I was unmuting at the time. Part of the reason I hit the link is because what you said earlier about, and part of the reason I sent that super chat was trying to explain, or not explain this, but just voice that, as a saltine, right? Voice that, I've heard this in other sectors. I've heard this in the Umar sector and in the beef sector that, so, and it's kind of used as an insult, like certain people who are acting a certain way, or haven't done this or haven't done that, haven't achieved certain things, haven't quote unquote exhibited Black excellence, are the reason white people could then come back and be like, well, see, look at them, right, and have their justification for being racist. And I don't, I hate to see that, because I hate to see that white supremacy has become such a way to control and to perpetuate this idea that some Black people can justify racism. Black people are never ever responsible for racism ever. You can be docile, you could be, Stan Tukey Williams. They will always, always, always find a way. Always. And, and I'm not talking about white people specifically, but I'm talking about the institutions and the culture that have placed us in a position of power. There's always, it's wicked and it's insidious and it's irrational. And, there's no way that, anything y'all do would be justification, or that white people are actually using that as a justification. It's racism itself. It perpetuates racism because it puts people at default power, and they're always going to find an excuse to stay there, no matter what it is. And so, I've heard like way, arguments that went way off the rails about, people being the ones who could justify what Charlie Kirk said, people who could justify violence, people who could justify like, racism in general. But it's like, there's nobody in the Black community or with Black skin or phenotypically Black that does anything that justifies racism ever. It's our fault. It's our fault.
Right. And I'm happy that you said that, because that does make a lot of sense. And it's not on us, to fix it or to be the example of what we want to be. No, that's internally in you, because whether I'm acting ignorant or not, you're still not going to like me or have a perception of Black people.
Right. And then that's, I know a lot of white people can say, well, not all white people, but at the same time, like, we were encultured to think a certain way, and it starts at birth. It starts at birth when we get looked at as babies, and we see that like we're being privileged in a certain way, so we start assuming that that's just the way it is, and that's how we move through life. And it takes intention, and it takes understanding and taking responsibility for the way you are encultured to be supremacist that actually helps you to start putting it out. And it's nothing. Like I said, you could be Dr. Huxtable, and they will still find a way if you're not doing the work. And when we do the work, we also need to change the institutions, and we need to change the culture, not just ourselves, not just personal. It's not just personal, And so, yeah, I mean, I just hate, like, I hate to see that we've done such a number to make y'all feel like if you just demonstrated Black, I'm not saying all this to talk down, but I just hate to see that like we've been able to send a message that if you just like exhibit Black excellence enough, like we're gonna be convinced, because that burden is not on y'all. Y'all exhibit Black excellence to the T, and that's never done enough, and it's always like, yeah, y'all are not responsible for it, we are.
Right.
Yeah.
I like the way you put that, Stephanie. Oh man. It's not on us. Like it because honestly, it wouldn't matter at all. Like, and I think, this conversation needed to happen because I kind of felt like something was wrong with me for a minute, because I was getting so much backlash for standing up and speaking out. And then I was like, wait a minute, 82, nothing that you said was wrong. Like, why are you even yourself? It's just that some spaces are not safe. And it's not safe like, oh my God, I'm going to get beat up, but it's not a safe space to have certain conversations. And now that I realize that, I was all like, oh, I will never put myself in that situation again. Like, I know that you got, just like how it said, I told everybody to go back to their country. That's not what and it wouldn't, that's not, that's it, right? That's what we call a thought-stopping device, where it's like, you don't have to think as long as you can just phrase it in a certain way that sounds so goofy that it's like, oh, of course that's not a solution. But I mean, it wouldn't even necessarily be that, like, if you were going to get your reparations from the French, if you were Haitian by ethnicity, or you were Ghanaian and you were going to get your reparations from the English, you wouldn't have to go back home necessarily. You could get a registry of some kind. We've done this before, with the American Indians. There was and not necessarily that the roles were like the best solution ever, but you could qualify by like just doing paperwork from abroad. Like, there's no reason why you would have to quote unquote go back to your country. It's just like you could do an international diaspora like registration of some kind to like get your money, however they were going to structure it. I think another thing about reparations
is that there is no doubt that y'all are due reparations from the United States, and that people from the diaspora are due their reparations from their colonizing country, or however it happened. The imperial powers need to pay reparations, but what we've been doing is trying to complicate it to the extent that like it makes it seem like it's not doable, like it's impossible. But that's not, no, we're trying to make perfect the enemy of good. We can always work on it. It's going to be a perfect, situation. It's going to be totally like everybody went totally perfect. Nobody had any problems. Nobody, whatever, like, it didn't fix everything. It didn't fix everything. And so, and what if a white person paid too much? Or what if a white company paid too much? Who the fuck cares? Just do it and get it done. And then, and then like the entire country would benefit. Like, that's the thing white people don't understand is when all the boats get higher, we all get higher. Like all the boats rise with the sea level, there's more water in the ocean. So like, I don't know, it's just, again, it's irrational and it's wicked. It doesn't make no sense. They're not thinking about it.
Right. And you're right about that, because it's always that conversation of like, oh, well, I don't think we can afford it. How are we going to do it? How does this work? And it's all like, if you can figure out every fucking thing else, you can definitely figure out the reparations.
Right.
You just don't want to. That's the real thing. You just don't want
to.
Especially, during the pandemic.
We've done a system of land grants before.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was saying, like, especially during like the pandemic, like, when they were giving out money, different loans, forgiveness, and all this other stuff, like they found the money from somewhere. So yeah, you do have the money, you just don't want to do it. Right.
And there's no doubt that even if a company wasn't around during the period of enslavement, they definitely benefited from, if they were here during Jim Crow, or, up to the 70s, up to the 80s, up through now, they're benefiting off racism to a certain extent. So taxing, they get the money from them, get the money from JP Morgan Chase, get the money from, all the stockholders who are still continuing to this day that invested, get the money from, Arthur Daniel Midland, get the money from Elon Musk. He's a trillionaire. Go get the money from Elon Musk. Right. I don't understand. We haven't had a revolution like storm the Bastille off with their heads when Elon Musk became a trillionaire. What are we doing in this country where we're allowing somebody to become a trillionaire? That doesn't make any sense. Right. There's people who can afford it. We don't need to be hoarding wealth. There's definitely, like, we could trace all the wealth back to benefiting of the system of enslavement or Jim Crow, and just take the money find a percentage, and everybody's got to pay it. That's just how it is. That's it, And even if like an individual white person wasn't taxed for it, they don't have to be. You'll get it from the companies that made money off of it.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Find a way. Yeah. They can do it. They just don't want to do it. Exactly.
So, but anyway, I get going on this because I was a little, reparations activist back in my younger days, when I used to like hit the streets before I was old,
the first time we ever had a reparations conversation, I kind of thought like you were in agreement, because I know you come from the Umar sector, which is still crazy, but you come from the Umar sector. So yeah, but this is our first time ever talking about it.
Yeah, no, I'm a wholehearted believer. I would think like if you could do the math where 40 acres and a mule would be worth like $1 million something today, figure it out. Like we could do this.
Right. I'm in total agreement. I agree with you.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna drop down. I just wanted to say, like, white people need to get their shit together. Like, we're never, entitled to look at anybody and say like, oh, that's just not how it works. It's being white to justify racism into the culture, to the institutions. So, I don't ever want, like, Black excellence is a burden that we've been able to put on y'all, and it's like it's a hamster wheel. And I think like the whole culture has demonstrated Black excellence, like beyond, and so like it's not y'all's fault at all. It's our fault.
Right. I appreciate you, cousin. Thank you for coming up.
Of course. Love you. Bye, Toast.
Love you too. The race-based tools used for white races use silence and invalidate. Oh, let me put your comment up. I was like, let me pre-read this first just in case it's something crazy. But the race card and race-based tools used by white racists used to silence and invalidate Black and brown people who speak out about their experiences with racism, nothing more. Total agreement. Total agreement. Thank you. I appreciate that. And let's be clear. AT2 was never going to stop talking about things. Like when I feel something is unjust or I feel like it needs to be brought up, I'm going to speak on it. And I feel that, no matter if they love it, hate it, or whatever, I just know that, okay, I won't go to your platform. But that doesn't mean that I, AT2, Andre Turner II, is going to shut up. Ain't nobody can shut me up. The only person who can shut me up is my internet bill when I don't pay it. Love y'all. We out of here. Deuces.